Kevin, you can pass it to AC8FL. And then, John, we can, between you and Gil, let's see if anybody else comes in. Otherwise, you can give it to Gil, and Gil to Gino, and Gino to Dave. And back to me. So, W8DMX, take it. W83MJ1 at DX60 prenet.
Okay, Rick. Real fine, that's for sure. Don't talk about no tower work. Oh, God, my four-element Kush transfer. I got to see what happened. Oh, what happened? One of the elements, the driver elements, is kind of right outside the coil. They're kind of bent down a little bit. Must be the birds that's on top of that thing. And dang it. I really got a bucket truck here to control, but I'm glad my car is motorized and stuff there for sure. And that's a good cotton picking thing on this here. We're going to call it one and done, guys. I got to get some things done this morning while I'm here at the shag while the white else not beating on the floor, but it's always a pleasure hearing everybody out there with big signals. That's for sure. All right, guys, take care. Be blessed. Catch you next weekend, and I hope everybody have a lovely, lovely day there for sure. AC8FL, good morning to you, and take it around, and I'll catch you guys next weekend. Take care.
Okay, left a little pause, didn't hear anybody else. Well, 73 to you, Kevin, W8DMX, AC8FL. Good signal in here, and good morning to Gino and to Dave HW, of course, good signal. Dave HW, you're booming in here as always. And let's see, and 73s again to Gary and to Bill, along with Kevin, and boy, it sounds like Gary's having more line noise problems. I see he's a little sensitive. I know neighbor's noise had flared up, so just a miserable situation there, unfortunately. What was, oh, Dave, yeah, the barbecue sounds good. I had to get the grill out one of these warm days. We had a fairly nice one yesterday, but it was raining, and now today it was a little cooler, but it's going to have sun. It was 39 when I checked, but we're going up to 50, and supposed to be sunny most of the day, so I think that will be a pretty pleasant one here. And yeah, the ham, oops, I overcorrected here a little bit. I was drifting a little, and you make one on the fly, and yeah, it's a little closer. We'll leave it alone there. The dangerous thing at these ham swaps, when the old stuff starts to come down, it's hard to say, even more hard to say no some of those days. So I'm not sure whether it's a blessing or a possible curse here, considering the amount of projects I've already got here in the shack, high. And boy, not much else to add there. I'm going to keep it rolling on this one and shoot it up to Gil. Again, and one other comment, that when you did the AB there, the 854, perfectly good copy, and audio sounded good, Bill, just wasn't quite as strong as the Italian, so both sounded good. And yeah, I will agree that Gary is the master of quick change between rigs. Pretty amazing what he has set up there for doing the AB or ABC arrangement between the various rigs, and kind of neat to be able to do that on an immediate comparison basis. With that, up to Gil. Oh, and Gil, the comment, yeah, I didn't say anything about the address there, and it does look like, it made me think, well, I'll go look over in QRZ, and it is updated, so I think they've had you as Crivets there for some time, so I don't know, maybe you misunderstood something else that I said, but we know where you are up in the woods there, Gil, so KF9KU to take it, AC8FL.
W9LRA.
Okay, Rick, sounds like Rex came in there.
Yeah, you did say West Dallas, and you're not the only one. Other people have said it, but maybe that's what you remember me at in the past. AC8FL, KF9KU. I was going to say something, and I forgot. It seems with this receiver, it's string dial driven. I hate them, like the slide rule type dials, and just about the time you want to tune somebody in, because Gino was a little off frequency, and then Bill came in, and then just as I'm tuning the dial, oh, stand by. Well, I stood. By the time I got him tuned in, he was gone. So I think I might switch over to the Valiant and the 129X. And I've been considering moving this radio across over to the other side of the room and just eliminating the Heathkit Cheyenne and say, farewell, old friend. I'm a little tired of that radio. It really drifts a lot. And I don't like using the NC 109 over here, but I got that sideband splatter from down below. You know, it's not so bad on Saturday where everybody's on 85. I don't get that, but occasionally when we get on this frequency, I'm hit pretty hard with that. Anyway, so I'll send her back there. You can add Rex to the list, Rick. W83MGY, KF9KU.
And W9LRS.
Yeah, I got everybody. W9WRL's in there too. Okay, Gil, KF9KU in the group. Write this down here before I forget. Okay, WA3MJY and a DX60 prenup. You know, I don't want to say it because I don't get a lot of problems with those guys' sideband stations. I mean, I really don't. I mean, and except for that time when the guys they decided to use upper sideband just to give us some grief. I tend to get sometimes it's the side splatter from above, but with this IC7610, I can flip this passband around pretty much and not have any problems. So I don't want to say it twice because then it'll start happening. But I'm really been fortunate in that respect since I've been using this for the net. I'm sure that if I was using my boat anchor rigs, then I would have problems. But anyway, let's pick up Lou, W9LRS. That's what I heard first, and then W6GYC, and then W9WRL, and then he can give it back to me. It's WA3MJY and a DX60 prenup.
Okay, Rick, thanks. WA3MJY, W9LRS. Say good morning to everyone. Pretty nice signals coming in here this morning with the time change. Makes a big difference. And I heard you guys talking about drifting VFOs on Johnson. I have two 500s here, and it's kind of interesting to watch them. One drifts in one direction, the other one drifts in another direction. Go figure. You line them up, and then they start going different directions. But, it takes about 45 minutes for them to settle down. But I've noticed that on all the Johnson VFOs, like you guys were talking about earlier. I've had it on a Valiant, a Ranger, and even the Navigator I have will drift. I have to give it time to warm up. Holland's, the KW1's a little different. It does drift, but very little. It's usually in the low 100s when it's drifting, so not too bad. 31 degrees here, and I think we're going up to 60 today. Kind of nice yesterday, and I think we're going to have another sunshiny day, which is good. Can't complain about that. And I am on the Johnson 500 this morning listening on a Drake R8B. And the 8B has a great bandpass, and you can wipe out just about everything adjacent. So it's pretty good. And let's see what else. I think that's all for this go round. I know prices on stuff. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, everything is coming down right now, but I have a feeling that Once more people start operating this stuff, they may get back up there in price, but I'm not sure. Here comes Rex, WA6GYC, W9LRS.
Okay, well, very good. W9LRS, WA6GYC here, and everybody's booming in. Yeah, as mentioned, propagation is fantastic, low noise, and no problems with QRM, at least to this location. On the Super Senior this morning, and R8 Alpha, and as Lou mentioned, R8A with the passband tuning and the narrowing, narrow filters and everything else eliminates all the problems that we have with sideband interference, so doing good. We're at 40 degrees this morning, heading up to around 60. Looking forward to that, getting outside doing some stuff. Stayed up late until 1 o'clock or a little after 1 o'clock last night watching the Formula One race coming out of Australia, but actually 1 o'clock was 2 o'clock. Getting up 4.5 hours later today is a little bit tough, but anyway, it's good to be here. W9WRL, WA6GYC.
Okay, Rex, good morning to you and Lou and Joel and Rick and everybody else on here. I just about 6 o'clock, something like that. Yeah, I forgot all about the time change. So, Lou, you mentioned that, and you're right. Man, I slept. I was at 9. So, my alarm went up at 6, so 5 o'clock. That's still pretty unusual. I usually wake up somewhere in the middle of the night, go to the bathroom, so I was sleeping well. How wonderful. Yeah, the band, oh my God, I turned the radio on, and, John was in there, and Rex, you're zooming in, and so is Rick, and you, especially Rick. I don't hear Rick very well, hardly at all. And you guys are both at the right end of the track this morning. Unbelievable. Okay, I heard K9DXL2. K9DXL. Okay, say good morning to you and Rex and to Dan and DXL here. Fine business. You know, Dave's, your WRL, your signal is usually strong, but you're kind of down today to me, so that's probably why you're not hearing me very well. And, but all in all, the band doesn't seem to be too bad this morning. Jim, I can actually hear you this morning, which I've been struggling lately. But the temperature's actually dropped 2 degrees from when I started, so I don't know what's going to happen here today. So let me pick up K9DXL, and then, Jim, it's going to go, okay, let me see. It should go to Gino. So why don't you make one, and then, John, if you're hearing Jim better than me, it'll go to Gino, and then pick up W9XW, and then give it back to me. So K9DXL, good morning, WA3MJ1 at DX60 prenet.
WA3MJY, the prenet, and let's see, I heard Bill, and, oh boy, pretty good. I think they're pretty good. Jim in La Pointe, Wisconsin, and Northwest Outpost here, and I was wondering how many of us were going to make the time change and didn't.
with the alarm. I didn't wake up on my own. The alarm let me go. So I'm going to just get my foot in the door here. And let's see, I believe you said I should send it over to Gino. WD9DQD. I think it goes to you next. K9DXL.
Okay, very good.
Go ahead, Gino.
A very good morning again to the whole crew here, more added, and that's always good. Good signals pretty much all the way around, but there's some rapid erratic fading going on, so we're utilizing the Ranger this morning, the crystal controlled, a little high in frequency, and then looking at the college 5A2, and now we're getting more Mother Nature's emanations in here in the form of lightning static, and so I did throw a limiter on just to cut off some of the peak, but so far I'm copying everybody pretty doggone decent for the wee hours, the dark hours yet of the morning. We had a good session on 160 this morning on 1897.5, and it was everything worked out very nicely there also. So anyway, over back to regular Dave, K9HW, WB9DQD.
KA2J.
Yeah, okay there, Gino. And Rick also, right after GXL, Super Dave, N9WQ was in there too. And I'm sure you just got the last guy that just checked in. Anyway, okay, boy, everybody's sounding really good. And, well, Gino says that he's got some static noise, but compared to yesterday, it's pretty doggone quiet over here. There was an awful lot of static crashes, but you know, it's terrific on this end. Anyway, let's see what else. Oh yeah, so the receiver that I have right now is the Icon R70, and it seems like it's fairly modern, although I bought it in 1980, brand new. And it was back when I was SWL, and it was my first real professional receiver, and it's got passband tuning also, so I could chop off all that hash on the side, and it works out really good. And then as far as noise reduction, it's got a real nice noise blanker. And then over the winter, you know how you get, people are running this heater and that heater, different devices. So I hooked up my Time Wave ANC4 here again, and that got rid of all of that stuff, like just buzzing noises and whatnot like that. And then as far as when there's rapid fading, I'll just adjust the AJC and I'll put it over a slow setting, and then that takes the edge off of everything. So anyway, that's what we have going here. And I guess today I'm just going to carry on with things. I've got an awful lot of work to do in the shack and the workshop, and you know what? It keeps you going, keeps you out of trouble. And I didn't have any problem. I was up an hour before the net started here. Making coffee, having a little something to eat, and everything. So I don't know. You know what? I'll just make the statement. You know what? Sleep is overrated. Anyway, Rick, I'm going to go back over to you because
You might want to add these the newcomers on right now, but I'll leave that absolutely up to you. You're in the operating seat. WA3MJY W9HW.
KA8WQL.
Yeah, okay. My business, Dave. And your signal's holding in there, but I still have some noise here. It's noisy for me for some reason today. Okay, so we got some newcomers here, so we want to pick them up. Okay, I'm just writing it down. So I got Super Dave N9WQ and then KA2J and KA8WQL. So I'll give it to you, Dave, N9WQ, and then from you pass it to KA2J. And Dave, you give it to Bob, KA8WQL, and Bob send it right back to me for that. Good morning, WA3MJY and a DX60 prenet.
Well, alrighty then. Good morning from sunny, beautiful downtown North Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. This is N9WQ. Good morning, hot water to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to everybody. Dino, I was up here on the third. This is right above where this station is. I can't just see you turn on and so I can hear you guys. And let's see, I went to see Teddy yesterday, W9NAG. He came in the queue for a brief moment. He looked at me, he winked, and then I never heard enough sleep out of him the whole time I was there for 3 hours. He's that far gone. They said his carotid artery is 90% blocked. He needs a new heart valve, and it's pushing at 12 to 15%. And they took him off of his meds and sent him home. So I went to visit him yesterday at his son's house in Whitfield. But I never wanted to see my buddy like that. The form that he was in. I'm sure you guys remember Ted, he was the fellow that made the milk card for ADS for many, many years. And he was the fellow that used to tell the story. I had a big side band net for 8 bucks. And I went to him today on that. So he used to talk about using upon his estate and finding a birdie on his way. So he beckoned him to get some bread. And he stood at the windowsill and closed the window and smashed his little head. That was Teddy. Well, you guys that didn't know. Ted used to hang with Ray Grenier. Ray Grenier used to be the catalog manufacturer for any sort of power supply. I'm going to listen. Anyways, that's what I did yesterday. Today I'm going to work on the race car. My 9K vent line came yesterday in the mail, and I've got to get some panels and stuff. I can't quite figure out how to get them damn dirt fittings to stick in there, right? I'm going to have to get some kind of a special tool. I've got what you call a pretty big giant rivet gun. There's some kind of special tool you got to have to go in that rivet gun in order to make it full length. So I'm going to fight with that today. So here she comes. K2UJ. Here she comes. N9WQ in sunny, beautiful downtown North Fond du Lac. Over.
Okay, Dave. Not too sunny here. KA2J. But we had a warm day yesterday. Got up to 70 degrees here. So we took a nice walk yesterday. KA2J in the DX60 prenet. So sorry to hear about your friend Ted. I've had a lot of friends go over the years, and I've gone to see them, and when they're in a home or something, I visit them, and it's difficult, but keep the memory alive. That's the name of the game, I guess. And, well, I got a chuckle out of what Dave HW said. He said sleep is overrated. I'm starting to think that. I just have such a crappy night so many times. I just wake up, can't go back to sleep. I tell my wife, we get all the sleep we need. She gets mad at me. I don't know what it is about getting older, but that's the case. I'm on the DX60B today, and just getting that back in the swing of things here. been playing around with all kinds of little things in the shack here, but now that the weather's going to turn, I did get down to our camp on Wednesday, which was very exciting. Got my antenna that came down back up, and I got a low-hanging wire that we use across the drive to get to the lean-to and over to the deck and so forth for electricity. That came down because of a big tree or something hit it, and that's back up. So we'll start going back to camp more regularly. Maybe I'll get on the air from down there to talk to you guys. Thanks, Rick, for running the pre-net. I haven't heard too much of it. I'm going to go up and get my coffee. So, over to you, Bob. Good to hear you. KA8WQL, KA2J.
Okay, Dave, real good. KA2J and the pre-net KA8WQL. 5 o'clock here near Cleveland. And great signal, Dave. Running real good, about 20 to 25 over. And yeah, just running the DX100, about 120 watts of carrier, using the GT at 90. And yeah, not too much to report on. I was waiting for some major storms yesterday, but we never got them. It just rained a little bit, not much to speak of, which is great. I'm not going to complain. They were talking possible tornado warnings, and nothing came of it, so that's okay by me. And yeah, just looking forward to a nice calm day here in the shack. I've got some tinkering I want to do, and I haven't really been in the radio room that much lately. The big contest is going on right now, the big DX contest, but I've just been kind of tinkering around, listening to the guys. There's a local ham fest this morning, not a very big one, and just listening to some of the guys going down there. And that's really about it. So just warming everything up and getting the station going and all tuned up. So let me get it back to you, Rick. Sounding good, Rick. It's good to hear you and all the folks this morning in the pre-net. WA3MJY, this is KA8WQL, over.
Okay, Bob, KA8WQL, WA3MJY, fine. Your signal's always strong in here to me. And I say good morning to Super Dave and to Dave, KA2J. Dave, I finally got all the parts that came in the other day to put together that little preamp circuit that you have for the VFO. So I'll probably build one. I'm going to build that up and put it in that little VFO that I bought, the one like you have, and this way I can mute. It'll mute when I use a boat anchor receiver with the. Either the, well, I have, I could make 2 of them up because I have 2 of them, and use one on the Viking 1 and the Viking 2. But it's, well, it's still holding in at 56 degrees, and like I said, we got up to 82 yesterday, and we had tornado warnings out up until about 7 o'clock yesterday evening. And when it started raining here, I was telling Bill earlier, it came through here like a freight train. It just rained really hard, and hailstones, I thought I was at a wedding and people were throwing rice, but they weren't real big, but they were about pea size. And but we didn't have any damage or anything here in Connellsville. Now, I think there was something not far from here to the west of me that they might have had. I don't think it was a tornado, but they had some wind damage from what I can understand. I haven't watched the local news. I've been kind of staying away from the news so much because it's not anything good, and every time I got upset this week, and I don't want to talk anything other than the fact that I watch the gas prices go up almost 50 cents in a couple of days, and that's it. It's craziness. But anyway, that's enough of that. So, hey, thanks for, I want to say good morning, and we're going to go up to the top of the list, pick up AC8FL John, and then you give it to Gil, and Gil can give it to Gino, and that ought to bring us pretty close to the top of the hour. We got about 9 minutes. AC8FL, WA3MJ1 and DX60 pre-net.
You can take me off the list entirely, thank you.
Oh, okay, Gary, I will. I left you on there because I didn't know if you were coming. You want to make a transmission before you go?
If I clear it up, here, so feel free to jump in after me if you want to do it. Do one here. So anyway, WA3MJY and the growing group AC8FL here in Fenton. We're 39 degrees last I checked, and we're supposed to be going up to 50 or thereabouts today with some sunshine. So it should be a pretty darn pleasant day out there. And Dave, good morning. I'll say good morning to all the newcomers, bunch of folks in here. Of course, Dave, HW, and Rex. New LRS sounding good on your Johnson 500, and I chuckled with your comments that, yep, one goes up, one goes down, and that's been my experience, Lou, that no two are created exactly equal, I think. So you're proving the case, and Dave, WRL, a little bit on the weak side out there, but 100%. And Jim, DXL from Madeline Island making the trip, so good morning. And of course, Super Dave, N9WQ, and Dave K2J, good signal out of the DX60 B. And your comment on the sleep being overrated. But, you know, and that's the thing, I really find that it's just, you almost never get that kind of sleep I could when I was in my 20s or 30s, where you just, have a sound night's deep sleep, and it seems like the older we get, the harder that is, where it's more of an interrupted sleep, or hard to get back to sleep, unfortunately. So, what can we do? And Bob, good signal, WQL, sounding great there. And with that, let me keep it moving as we're getting close to the top of the hour. Again, running the late model Central Electronics 200V, and using the homebrew, the PL8295 amp here, and receiving on R390A. So with that, over to Gil. Take a pause in there again. Gary, if you're still powered up and want to jump in for one, go ahead. Otherwise, Gil, pick it up. KF9 KU from AC8FL.
Is that somebody transmitting?
Think off in the sideband, Gil.
Okay, I thought I seen a carrier in there. Yeah, well, I heard Gary come in and say he's officially signed off. So I think that means we got to lighten up on him a little bit there, so he doesn't have to keep running back to the mic. Anyway, all right, AC8FL, KF9KU. I may be switching. Nah, I'll see what I can do. I'm only going to be here for the net. I won't be on the rest of the day anyway. SWR's up a little bit. Let's see here. About 1.3. I don't know why. I guess it might be drizzling out. I don't know. Anyway, KF9KU, I'll send it back to Gino just about net time in about 5 minutes. And I also have noticed that Dave, W9WRL, is not quite as strong on this transmitter as the other one, but the audio sounds good. So WB9DQD KF9KU.
Okay, very good, Gil. Thank you very much. WB9DQD, and anyway, a very good morning to everybody. One comment I wanted to make, but as I get up, usually it's about 10 in the morning, my biological clock says get up and pee or you're going to be swimming in it. And so I go, but when I come back, if I want to get back to sleep right away, keep your mind clear. Don't be thinking about things. Don't be thinking about that transmitter you're rebuilding, or the fact that your wife's on the warpath or something like that. Just keep your mind blank, which is very easy for me to do. and I can go right back to sleep. So over to you there, Hot Water Dave, K9HW, WB9DQD.
Okay, Gino, sounding great today. And WRL, you sound real good over here, so no problems whatsoever. Well, Gino, I couldn't agree with you more yet. Live in the present. when it comes to, you know, what your thoughts like that. So, yeah, keep the mind clear. And just relax and live into the present. So, yep, it works for me also. I could get up at any time and go right back to sleep. They could use me as a sleep study because I could sleep on demand. And then I could also stay awake around the clock, so I don't know. Control, whatever you might call it. Okay, I guess we're going, the next on the list, I'll send it over to Lou, I guess. W9 LRS, my neighbor, about 10 miles to the north of me, who's always coming in good over here. Pick it up, Lou, W9HW.
Hey, Lou, give it back to me after you're finished.
Oh, okay. I was going to wait and see what you wanted to do there, Rick. W9HW, W9LRS. Good morning to everybody who joined. Signals are still holding in pretty well. I do have to agree with everybody on Dave's signal. It's very far down. But the audio is nice and clear, Dave. It's just punching right through. So it almost sounds like maybe you're on the wrong antenna, but I'm not sure. But that's the only thing I noticed is that your signal is not where it should be. Let's see, what else did I have to add? Not too much. 31 degrees, and we're going up to the 60s, and I'll be doing a little bit of barbecuing today, too. All right, let me get back to you, Rick. WA3, oh, and good morning to Dave out there, KA2GA. WA3MJY, W9LRS.
Yeah, okay, fine, Dave. Or rather, you and Dave both have good, strong signals. Your signal's really nice here this morning, Lou. Well, it's 7:58, and I sent my list already off to Dan. And so here's what I'm going to do real quick. It's 7:59. I was going to give it to Rex, but I'll just keep it and make my final transmission. And again, I'm on the IC7610 with the Ameritron AL1306 amplifier, about 325 watts, carrier to the dipole antenna. And I want to thank everybody for coming in here again this morning. You know, hopefully we will have a good week. And my nephew's in. He's got to go. He's going to California tomorrow, so I got to see whether I'm going to drive him to the Pittsburgh airport or you know, because it's kind of a crazy week for me. I had a death in the family, and I was going to go back to the city for a week, but then now I got to come back in the middle of the week. So a lot of running around, a lot of driving. So you guys have a safe one, and I'm going to turn this frequency over to NHZBA. Dan, I won't make any further transmissions. Thank you for running the DX60 net.
All right, well, good morning to you, Rick, and I appreciate you running the pre-net for the DX60 net, and propagation seems to be pretty decent this morning. I've been in here for about 7-8 minutes listening. Got the list jotted down, and I think we're ready for a 30-second tune-up. So go ahead, gentlemen, tune up those transmitters. Oh yeah. We got K9 DXL coming in nice and strong, and you know, 30-35 over carriers, so a lot better than yesterday's propagation when I was in here listening to the Midwest Classic Radio Net. The time change did justice for ham radio. Good morning, all. CQ, calling all radio amateurs wishing to check in to the DX60 net.
The purpose of the DX60 net is to promote the use of low-powered entry-level AM transmitters. The DX60 net meets every Sunday morning on 3880 kilohertz at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Your net control today is Dan, N8ZBA. I'm located north of Detroit in Ortonville, Michigan. My rig this morning is a homebrew transmitter, a Flex 6500, and a coax set inverted V, about 65 feet to the apex. When called upon, please give us your name, your location, what equipment you are using, and what you've been up to. Please try to limit your transmission time to 2 minutes or less so we can get every operator in a timely fashion. On the pre-net list that Rick sent over, I have K9DXL, AC8FL, KF9KU, WB9BQD, W9HW, W9LRS, WA6GYC, W9WRL, N9WQ, KA2J, and I'm going to move you up after DXL just to get you in here sooner, and KA8WQL. That is who I have on the list. Hopefully that's everyone that checked into the pre-net. If you are interested in checking into the net and do not have your call sign on the pre-net list, please come with your call sign slowly and your first name for my log. Check-ins, call now.
9 Juliet Bob.
WBA-ATZ.
Okay, let's hold it up right there. Net control recognizes Kilo Quebec 9 Juliet, N8SLB, and WB8ATZ. Who else?
November 8, Japan, Zulu, Sierra, Tom in Northeast Ohio.
Okay, that time I picked up Tom. November 8, Japan, Zulu, Sierra. Anyone else? Are there any relays for stations that I potentially missed? Okay, well, nothing heard. We're going to kick things off, guys. Good morning all the way around. I got the heater on, but it's not as cold out here in the garage as it's been. I think I'm looking at, 46 degrees, which is pretty gosh darn warm considering the time of the year. But hey, we're at that transition time. I think yesterday we were in the 60s, so today it might be the same. Hope you guys are all having a good morning so far, and I'm ready to kick things off. So let's pick up K9DXL. Jim, good morning to you, and please stand by KA2J. This is N8ZBA in the DX60 net.
I thought I heard somebody in there. I don't know if you happened, Dan. I heard a voice. Not very loud, but everybody else is real good. Really good propagation. N8ZBA and the DX60 net, K9DXL, Tim in LaPlante, Wisconsin. And Dan, your signal is still tuning into it. Sounds great. Actually, copying everybody very well. Nice propagation this morning. And I am, my project is, I'm getting ready to make a home for the super senior with some shrub canopies on it, really for me. And had a handful that's wrong. It's a rack-mounted multi-outlet switched control panel. and I think it's going to be a good companion to the rack that I will have for the Super Senior in it. And so I've been working on that, rewiring it, of course, and having fun with that. And let's see. Oh, well, we've had the family tragedy here. My daughter, who does not live with us, but lives nearby, was in Duluth, Minnesota, which is just across the border, for a doctor's appointment, and then afterwards she slipped and fell on the ice and broke her ankle, and that's so she's in the hospital, and hopefully they're going to be doing the repair on it this morning. So that's a little bit of trauma that we have, and we can't get up there to see her because we have no ice road. The ferries have not started yet, and my wife, there's no way I can get my wife on a wind sled. She's just not as far as mobility is concerned. We're applying sympathy by way of remote control. What can I say? When my daughter did say that when she went into the ER, there were several other people there with slip and fallen and very hard. So we did have some terrible 36 degrees now, and might be 50 today, which is great today. So that's the story here. Many events, and hopefully things are going to straighten out and fly right. So that's you, Dan. I'm in CBA, DX60, and I'm DX7.
Alrighty, Jim. Well, yeah, have you a nice S9 signal this morning. So it's good to get you in here quick before propagation shifts around. Hope a speedy recovery. You know, slipping like that can't be fun. And we appreciate you always being here and enjoying your Sunday mornings with us on the DX60. Now, thank you. Let's move down the list to KA2J. Good morning to you, sir. And please stand by AC8FL.
Oh, thank you, Dan. N8ZBA, KA2J. Dave in Henrietta, New York, running the DX60B this morning into the Clipper Tunnel. About 80 watts of carrier, maybe less. I was looking when we did a tune-up. I normally don't tune up there when you say to, but I went over and looked at the meter, so maybe we're running less. But anyways, we're here. We copied Jim. He was about the lightest of the guys I copied so far, but I think that's because of changing conditions. But good morning, Jim. I always like telling Bob Madison Heights, 18.5 check-in. He always waits till the normal check-ins, and quite a gentleman out there. So good morning to you, Bob. You've been around a long time, and you know, we were talking a little bit about sleep, and that was some very good advice from Gino and Dave HW. You know, you keep your mind clear, and that's funny they should say that, because last night I started to go down the road of trying to remember some names from people back at work. Then your mind starts to wander, and I said, nope, I got to try to keep my mind clear. So I did, but I kind of do what Mike N8ECR used to do. He would dream about radio projects, and a lot of times I'll shut my eyes when I try to go to bed, and I'll start thinking about something like that. I know my father-in-law built camp in his sleep. He used to talk about that. He'd lay up in bed thinking about all the projects he had to do at camp to actually build the place, and it's funny what you do. But I know what Mike N8ECR used to say about thinking about radios and projects or whatever, you know, you're doing to something's broken, you got to fix it. Sometimes your best thoughts come what to try next. So thanks, Dan, for being here, and thanks, Rick, for running the prenet. N8ZBA KA2J.
All right, Dave. Well, thank you for checking in this morning with us. It's always great to hear your signal from your shack. You're doing a fine job today, and hope you have a nice Sunday. Stay warm. It should have a little bit of a warm up in all of our areas, and hopefully we all stay dry as well. AC8FL, good morning, John, and please stand by KF9KU.
All right, very good, Dan. N8ZBA and everyone on frequency. AC8FL, John here in Fenton, about 20 miles due south of Flint. And 39 degrees here, so not quite as warm as some parts, but now I see they updated the high. We're supposed to get up into high 50s, so maybe we'll make close to 60. And some mentions of barbecue. That's what I need to do, is pull the grill out and maybe do hamburgers and enjoy the warmer weather. At least we're supposed to have a sunny day, and like you say, Dan, boy, isn't it wonderful to have that warming trend, and you're a little warmer out in the shack than you have been there. And Jim, DXL, good copy, and good to hear about your K7 DYY, I think, coming your way, but terrible to hear about the slip and falls on the ice. Boy, just a reminder of how hazardous that can be, and sometimes without warning, boy, if the feet go out from under you, bad things can happen. And Dave, K2J, DX60B booming in here, great signal between us, and that's the problem with getting back to sleep. Sometimes I wake up, my mind's just racing, if either between projects or things I've got to do or other worries, and it's so hard to just shut it down and try to blank things out and relax, but darn good advice there. So this morning running the Central Electronics 200V here is the exciter, but using the new, relatively new to me, the homebrew parts bin amp. This is the PL8295 amp with a whole lot of recycled heatsink components in it, and I'm considering it in the shakedown phase, so knock on wood, seems to be working good so far. We'll wait and see. I'll feel a whole lot more comfortable once I've got a couple of weeks of usage on it without letting any smoke out. So with that, back to you, Dan, and thanks for running the net here as always. N8ZBA, AC8FL in Fenton.
All right, Mr. John. Yeah, you might have been the 30 over signal I seen during the tune-up, because you were just banging into my receiver this morning, my man. Sounding great. Have a nice Sunday, and time to get those barbecues uncovered and cleaned out, and enjoy a little bit of that for sure. Gil, KF9KU, you're up next with WB9DQD on deck. This is N8ZBA and the DX60 net.
Okay, N8ZBA and the DX60 net, KF9KU. Well, I fired up the Valiant briefly, but then DXL Jim checked in and mentioned that he has a Super Senior on the way, so I put mine back on, and the adjacent splatter's gone away. Those guys finished up, so back on the NC109 receiver, and I'm running, of course, the K7 DYY Super Senior, and I'll say it one more time, we'll all miss Bruce. Those of us who have these radios, I have never had to send mine back to him. I've had it since the late 90s, when he first came out with them, at least the dual band. The first year he come out with the dual band. And then, of course, it was 160 and 75, and then was it 2-3 years later he came out with the 75/40 meter version, which Gino has. Temperature currently 30 degrees, but we've had some gusty winds coming through here. I also did not get whatever the big rain that they were saying. We had a drizzle lasted all day, and it was enough to wash the Suburban, and by golly, that little bit of mist, the salt and sand. Of course, there's still some of it on the what do you call it, the foot rails, whatever you call those, running boards on below the doors. Still some mud now, but surprisingly enough, I didn't have to take it through the car wash. Looks pretty halfway decent. Let's see, location, 60 miles north of Green Bay. Dan, you're about plus 30, and John's about plus 25, so you two guys are about the same signal. So I wonder how I'm doing over that way with the Super Senior. I don't always run it, but just doing it for to let DXL Jim know what it's going to sound like. Of course, I'm only running mine at about 150 watts. That's all I've ever done. Swings up to 200 on the audio peaks. So back to you there. Good net. Good morning all. NHZBA KF9KU.
Well, Gil, the propagation between you and I are doing real well this morning. I have you peaking about 15 to 20 over S9 with the Super Senior this morning. And yeah, John and I aren't too far away from each other. I think he's maybe 20, 25 miles or so, if that. So yeah, we're pretty close. But yeah, Super Senior sounding great. And something I did the other day when it was raining, I let the dogs out. And they got soaking wet, and I thought to myself, I should bring some damn soap out here with me and wash these dogs. But yeah, fine business on the rain washing the salt and stuff away, and it's just that time of year. We really got it good a couple nights ago. Yesterday wasn't too bad, and it was rather warm. So have a great Sunday. Appreciate you being there. And if you get the opportunity, we'll be in here for the 40-meter DX60 net. If you get a chance, come in and say hello. We'll catch you later. WB9DQD, it's your turn with W9HW on deck.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Dan. And just to be involved with everybody else, I was utilizing the Ranger and the 75A2. I kicked on the K7DYY and the Drake R8 receiver, and it's going through the MFJ 962 tuner just to keep it from tripping out on me, since my antenna characteristics changed once we took down some of the trees that the one leg was going through the branches there. Changed it enough that I had to incorporate the tuner. Anyway, the other thing, it's good if you get up in the middle of the night and you go back to bed to keep your mind clear. You know, I start thinking about some project or something like that, and I can't get back to sleep. My wife is that way too, and she'll usually get up and go and watch TV or something for a while and then come back to bed. But the other thing is, and I got this from somebody that really would come up with a lot of good ideas on different things. He said he always keeps a notepad right next to his a scribe and parchment right next to in the nightstand. He said he'll wake up and have a real brilliant thought about something. He writes it down, because he says, I know as sure as God made green apples, when he wakes up in the morning, he is not going to remember that what he thought of, that good thought. So anyway, that's, I guess, one good thing. And other than that, it's just good to hear everybody on here this morning. And I was very tempted to sell my K7DYY, but then or trade it off. But I'm glad I kept it, because it's a darn good radio. And yes, I said it's a shame that the inventor of this radio, the designer and everything, is passed on. But well, they say the good die young, and so I guess he wasn't that old. So with that, everybody have a good day. Dan, keep up the good work. We appreciate it very much. And Rick, for the pre-net, very well organized, and it gives us all a chance to get things warmed up. NHZBA and the DX60 net, WB9DQD.
All right, another big signal this morning, 20 over S9. And I'm victim of having the TV on at night, But, you know, I don't tend to have Misha falling back asleep. So, but that's a great option of leaving a notepad next to the side of the bed to write down anything that could be rattling around in the brain. Have a great morning, and thanks for riding along. And maybe we'll catch you on 40. Sorry guys about the dog. W9HW, it's your turn with W9LRS on deck.
Yeah, okay, Dan. Well, I hope that those dogs aren't asking to go out right now. But anyway, well, that's their good morning that they're saying out on the net. Good morning to you, and good morning to the whole group in here. And signals are terrific, and no complaints. Well, we've got 3 super seniors in a row, because that's what I'm on too. And I wouldn't have it any other way. And the T104 with the processor in it, and listening in an ICOM R70. And for some of the guys that are further out, it's an amazing thing how good everybody sounds when it's not light enough that their signal's getting absorbed into the atmosphere. So, yep, we're on the good side of things here. And it's only going to get better from here. And Dan, it's, you know what, it's good to hear that you're operating under relatively balmy conditions over there in the garage, because there was some real rough mornings that you had out there, but yeah, I'll call it being in the 40s balmy conditions. So that's good. Let's see, other than that, not a whole heck of a lot. I'm just going through a sort of another cleaning phase here. I do it once in the spring and once in the fall, and eliminating more items and whatnot that I wondered why I even saved in the first place. So anyway, Dean, we'll send it back over your way, and thanks for running the net. Always enjoy it. NETBA in the group, W9HW.
All right, you're right. It's definitely a relief to be in the 40s. I don't mind that at all. I don't got all the thermals on and all that. Sounding good this morning. Nice big signal from you. 15 over S9. Appreciate you coming in and saying hello to us this morning on the DX60 net. Lou, you're up next. W9LRS with WA6GYC on deck.
Okay, Rick. DBA W9LRS from the DX60 net. Good morning, everyone, again. And I want to thank you and Rick for running the free-net and the net. Always good to hear you. And my dog just came in here. I think he heard your dog. Thought there was someone in the room. So he was ready to go out. 35 degrees here and going up to 60. Running the Johnson 500 this morning, listening on a great RFC. And glad you guys made it okay through the storm. I know around Philippopolis and Three Rivers it was pretty bad. I talked to a friend of mine who owns a radio station there, and he said we just escaped it. They didn't lose power, they didn't lose internet or anything like that, but the emergency action system, he said, was just going off like crazy. So, but he made it through. He was getting ready to head over to Menards, and I don't know if you saw the picture of that, but he said, I'm glad I didn't leave too early. And heard ZAP yesterday, WHZAP, and he made it through the storms okay too, because he's right in that area. So yeah, hopefully we won't have any more of that for quite a while. That was pretty horrific when I saw the damage afterwards and things.
So I'm hoping you guys didn't get all that stuff over there. We did get the rain here. But, you know, like Dave said, he's further south of me, and I think those storms just skirted both of us to the south. And a lot of thunder, a little bit of lightning, but nothing serious, which is good. I'm glad your Jack's warming up there, Dan. And let's see, Jim, DXL, I hope your daughter recovers fast from that fall. I had one here, too, self-inflicted. It came face down on the patio. Not on ice, though. It was dry. Just my foot caught on one of the steps, and that was it. So, but, yeah, hopefully she'll heal fast and be good. All right, I'll send it back to you, Dan. Thanks again for running that. Appreciate it. Boy, oh yeah, late night and remembering things. I just go to bed. That's it. Try not to remember, you know, keep your mind clear. That's NHZBA to take it, W9LRS.
All right, Mr. Lou. Yeah, fine copy on you this morning as well. 2025 over S9. Great audio as always. And sorry about my dog talking to yours. I had a little bit of chaos in here for a couple of minutes in the background. Girlfriend is heading off to work this morning. She don't usually work Sundays, but she was heading out to her antique mall, and she let both the dogs out in the garage, and they decided they needed to go outside, and then, you know, I usually let them out, so they're barking at me, but she took them out for me. So, doing a fine job. Yeah, we did not get hit with anything like the west side of the state, thank goodness, and I did see that picture of Menards. I'm glad everyone that you mentioned is A-OK. It's pretty rare to have that strong of a storm this time of year. We did get some winds and a lot of rain, and fortunately that was it. So have a great morning, and thanks for checking into the DX60 net. WA6GYC, Rex, it's your turn with W9WRL on deck. This is NHZBA.
Okay, Dan, very good. NHZBA with the DX60 net. WA6GYC, Rex here, Troy, Michigan, about 20 miles north of downtown Detroit, where we've got 41 degrees and heading up to probably 60 today, so that'll be real nice if we had 60. I would have to agree. If you wake up in the middle of the night and you keep your mind clear and don't start thinking about things, you can get back to sleep. Well, I usually start thinking about things, and that's when I might as well turn on the radio or turn on TV, because I'm not going to get back to sleep anytime soon. Bruce, K7DYY, was a very young 79 years old. 79 years old. So that when he passed about a week and a half ago there. We stayed up till 1 o'clock in the morning watching the Formula One race out of Australia last night. And Mercedes took 1-2 and Ferrari took 3-4. So real good race, real exciting race. And we enjoyed that. Today we'll be watching the NHRA, the Gator Nationals out of Florida, with final eliminations. We'll be watching that and enjoying a little drag racing action as well. What else? ARRL DX contest going on this weekend. Jefferson Swap and Perrysburg or Toledo Swap coming up next weekend, followed by the Lowell Swap over by Grand Rapids on March 21. The Lake Erie Boat Anchor get-together on April 25. And hot off the press, the KI8BQ Memorial AM get-together will be once again on the last Saturday of July 25th, but it's going to be held at W9DWS's microwave relay station there in Chesterton, Indiana. And Danny has graciously offered to host the event, and we're all looking forward to that. Last but not least, now that daylight savings time is here, the mighty LMACnet will be undergoing summer hours, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central on Wednesdays, 3880. Everybody's welcome. You don't have to have an LMAC. N8ZBA, WA6UIC.
All right, that's exciting news for me. It'll give me a better opportunity of getting in there, Rex, and checking in with you guys. I usually don't get home till about 5:15 from work, and then there's always something to do around here. So I'll be looking forward to that. You got a great signal this morning. You were 20 over S9, and if we can hit 60 again, I would enjoy that a lot. I'm home today, so I've got a honey-do list. Melissa won't be back here till about 7:30 tonight. She's got a long day ahead of her. So I got a day with the pups. So I'm gonna enjoy some radio and then do some house cleaning. Thanks for all that you do for us. We appreciate you, and have a great morning. W9WRL, good morning to you, sir, and please stand by N9WQ.
Locating 400 this morning. That counts for a little bit different signal from 2258. Other than that, conditions are real nice this morning. And next Sunday is the Jefferson, Wisconsin campground. I'm going to be going up to that. Really just real bad, but for that, I got a list of things I'm looking for. On my season list, I can find it at Jefferson. Let's see what else. That's welcome for me. Signals. Take the weather around here. Tomorrow.
Hey, good morning, right back, sir. I've been checking you out on Facebook with your posts, and you're doing a lot of work over there to the shack, and everything is looking real fine. I hope you're enjoying working on your projects and playing radio. And yep, spring is knocking on the door for sure. I know I've been saying this the past week or two. I've got to get the boat in the garage and the cover off and dried out, but I guarantee it's happening this week. It's time. The river's clearing up, and I want to be fishing. Thanks for riding along. If you get the opportunity to join us on 40 meter for the second DX60 net. All right, N9WQ, Super Dave, it's your turn with KA8WQL on deck. N9WQ, you in there? Anybody hearing them?
Who are you calling?
N9WQ.
Well, who do you know? It just so happens to be me. Huh. Well, I wasn't paying attention. I heard silence for a minute. I'm like, oh, why is there silence? So here we are. Good morning from sunny, beautiful downtown North Fond du Lac. This is N9WQ.
I'm on the Globe Scout 680A this morning with the SX100 Helicopter receiver, a static 77A microphonium, driving the Alpha 78 to a dipole antenna. Everybody's banging in here this morning. Hot Water Dave and whoever the other two DIY guys were just banging the drum in here this morning. Great big huge signals. I want to apologize to man, I forgot his call again. I screwed his call up the last time, and now I just screwed it up again. K28J, or he's got a four digit call sign, but I can never remember. KU2J. I don't know. Anyway, I'm sure you'll remind me. Anyway, I just wanted to apologize again for butchering his call sign. I'll remember it when I go sit down over there. Got a lot of stuff going on. Had a lot of stuff going on yesterday, and like I mentioned earlier, our friend Ted W9NHE is on his final moments, and I went and saw him yesterday, and you know, I didn't want to do that, but I don't know, I just kind of felt that if I did, I'd be upset about it, so I'm glad I did. Anyway, working on the Topo Camaro today. I started putting the back panel in yesterday, and I tried to get one of those those nut certs to get in there, and I couldn't make that thing work to save my butt. So I got to do some research on that. Otherwise, I'm going to have to find a different way to fasten that panel. I don't want to put nuts and bolts because it'd be a pain in the butt to have to try and get it in and out every time. And what it does is it shields the battery and the fuel cell from the driver compartment. So, you know, if you get an exploding battery, you're not eating acid. Or if, you know, you get fuel, a fire back there or something, it stays back there and it's not in the car. So, anyway, that's what's going on over here. It's supposed to be in the late 50s here today. Mostly cloudy and windy, I guess, but I can live with that. Almost 60 degrees is good enough for the girls. It's supposed to be almost 70 tomorrow. I think they said 67 and partly sunny. That'll be nice. Open the doors up maybe and get the air hose out and the water hose and push some of the dirt and dust from the winter outside. It's always a good time to do that. So, all right, we'll see you later. Thanks for getting me in here. You're sounding great. This is N9WQ back to net control.
Alrighty, my friend. KA2J, that's his call. And, yeah, you're sounding fine yourself this morning. Sounds like you got some work in the garage at the shop a little bit later on today. And, it's always nice to do that on a Sunday so you're not bothered by a bunch of customers, I'm sure. And if you get a chance, join us on 40 meter here in just a little bit, just a couple hours. And check in again. KA8WQL, it's your turn with Kilo Quebec 9 Juliet on deck. This is NAZBA in the DX60 net.
Okay, good morning to you, Dan, and to all the operators standing by. This is KA8WQL, Bob here in Berea, Ohio, where it's 45 degrees this morning. And I'm using my usual station, the HeatKit DX100 and GPR90 receiver with a half-wavelength dipole. And yeah, just going through my circuit scrapbook here, looking for some circuits that I know I have somewhere. So I keep a notebook full of, you know, odd bits of half-drawn schematics and things like that that I might want to keep. So just paging through that and getting ready for a good Sunday in the workshop. I've been cleaning out one of my upstairs rooms. I've got two rooms upstairs, and one of them is a catch-all for everything. So I've been working on cleaning that out. I want to turn it into a spare bedroom. And, well, I got some stuff I just don't know what to do with. I have a stack of records. Must be 3 feet tall. They're all 78 RPM, and they're in real nice binders. All separated by composer. It's the Columbia Masterwork series. Classical music from different composers and really good shape records. But man, I just don't know what to do with them. Nobody wants them. I hate to get rid of them, but nobody wants the things. Now I've got a collection of jazz 78s that I am keeping, but all all these classical ones. I don't know. So just trying to deal with stuff like that. You know, I got a couple of phonographs and stuff like that, and boy, I just it's kind of a shame. I don't know what to do with it. You can't even donate some of the stuff. So just dealing with that kind of thing, and you know, trying to pare down all the junk over here. I've been keeping the local donation people real busy coming over here picking up stuff. So otherwise, not much else going on. Just having a good time here playing radio. Hope all you guys are too. And I look forward to catching up with you later on. Yeah, I got the DX60 station warming up for 40 meters later, so we'll see about that. Thanks for being there, Dan, and thank you, Rick, for being there this morning with the Freenet. And we'll catch you guys next time. 73 from KA8WQL. Over.
All right, Bob. Yeah, fine copy. Peaking out 20 over S9 this morning. And sorry about last weekend. You know, I had all intentions of getting in there. I had the transmitter warmed up, and then I got a call, and I had to run off real quick. And I'm not sure if anyone even picked up the 40-meter version of the DX60 net. But I don't plan on letting anything get in my way today. So we'll be on frequency and ready to get you guys all in there for a second round for sure. Have a great morning, and we'll catch you in a little bit. Thanks for being there. KQ9J, it's your turn with N8FOB on deck. This is N8ZBA in the DX60 net.
Thanks, Dan. Very, very much. Good morning from northern Wisconsin. KQ9J here. In the name of running this morning, the XC112. We've got 34 degrees, kind of chilly, and it was kind of seasonal, so it's really hard to get that wind up.
Good morning, Kilo 7, Hotel Alpha.
And the snow just got that out of the way. Today, I do give you a little what I didn't make.
Is this Floyd? It is. Good morning.
Jail from Sean.
Office of Naval Intelligence.
I'm not sure what I'm going to do today. There's something on.
Well, I don't know. I'm indoors. Let me take a look here real quick and see what it says here.
You know, I'm sitting there and as we're going through the I've been bringing up everybody's QRZ page. And that's something that I really enjoy. I was looking at, not everybody has pictures on there, a lot of them do, and I enjoy looking at all those beautiful, beautiful old rigs. That's something I really enjoy. So anyway, thank you, Dan. You always do a great job. Any deal?
Alrighty, Bob. You sounding just fine this morning. I'm experiencing something that I haven't had an issue with, but I think I've got a couple sideband stations on frequency, so you were mixing in a little bit with them. I don't know exactly what's going on there. I'll just chalk it up to propagation and a time change, because we've been meeting here for a long time on Sunday mornings, but Thanks for being in there. If you get an opportunity, please join us on 40 meter. We'll start at 10:30 Eastern time. Kick the net off right around 72.95 in the AM mode, and have a round 2 DX60 nets on a fine Sunday morning. So hopefully we don't get any snow in the forecast. Mr. Sean, it's your turn, N8SOB. Welcome to the DX60 net, and please stand by WB8ATZ, Bob. You're doing just fine. I got a real good copy on you, about 10 to 15 over S9. Great audio from the Flex, and nice to see the DX60 net streaming live on YouTube. Gives a lot of people the opportunity to hear some big signals from that 160 meter full wave loop that you've got sitting in the backyard. Yeah, we'll catch you on 40 meter here real soon. WB8ATZ, it's your turn, sir, with N8JZS on deck.
DBA and the DX60 net, WB8ATZ, good morning. Stable here, the signal here. Let's see, we're using the T150A. Get a little bit more power out than the DX60, which I tried to set up this morning, and I found out this May I have a broken microphone, and so we keep the radio up, but it wasn't getting any audio, so I came over to the T150 and didn't get any audio on mine either, so it took a minute or two to figure that out. With my brain not working, I chalked it up to the early morning. Well, let's see, 43 degrees and no snow, so I did something I normally wouldn't do quite yet, but I emptied the snowblower out, the 2-cycle job, so if you want it to start next year, you get to blow it out with a air hose and get the gas out of the tank and run it and all that. And I spilled a little gasoline, so I thought, well, I'll turn on the fan in the garage and just let it blow a while and it'll clean out. Little did I think about it. It blew it out okay with the garage. doesn't do much harm, but man, did I have the water on the floor. So I learned to balance Anyway, so enough of that. Dave, I'm J2J. It's nice to hear you, and always a good signals pretty much all around. Thank you. And the frequency, but they won't bother anybody too much, so they go read the band playing, I guess. They don't care. Anyway, I'm going to have a little birthday party this afternoon for me. So we're going over to about 2 o'clock. So that should take care of most of the day. Somebody finish for now, and everyone have a good day. You can blame me if it snows again, which it probably will. DBA and the DX60 net, WDX60.
Well, good morning right back at you, Bob. 10 over S9 this morning. And yeah, we won't let the other stations bother us too much. The band's just shifting around on us today. I just took the skirt of my receiver and slid it over and nulled them right out. So have 100% copy on all you guys. It sounds like you got a nice afternoon planned. Gonna go over and visit with the family a little bit, and weather should be pretty decent, and yeah, we expect maybe another good snowfall before Mother Nature completely makes the shift. It tends to do that. Have a great day, and thanks for being there. November 8th, Juliet Zulu Sierra, it's your turn. Good morning. And then we're at the bottom of the list. This is N8ZBA in the DX60 net.
Good morning, Dan. N8ZBA and the DX60 net from N8JZS. This is Tom in Kent, Ohio, running the resuscitated DX100 this morning that I got from WA1HLR. I'm happy to report that the repairs to the modulation transformers seem to have been successful. Pardon me. And the thing seems to be reliable, so we've now got it officially at the operating position and no longer on the bench. Receiver is a Harris RF590. I'm hearing everybody pretty well, but the Wisconsin stations are starting to drop out for me. Had to resort to an online SDR, but no problem there. It's just the conditions, and really, as far as the ionosphere is concerned, it's still almost 8 o'clock, regardless of what our clocks say. We've had drizzly the last day or so. The storm parted north and south of us, so we did not get any really high wind or anything. Expecting low 60s today. The big deal here is that I'm getting ready to close down the station. The XYL and I are looking for a new place to live a little further to the north, up closer to the grandkids and a little closer to Lake Erie. So I'm not sure exactly when that's going to happen, but I have begun putting all my possessions, everything from my other hobbies and stuff is all getting into organized totes, and I don't know where I'm going to end up setting up, but at least I seem to have a reasonable transmitter and receiver now. If I can get a piece of wire up into a tree, I think I'll be good to go no matter where I end up. But Dan, I want to thank you for tacking me on at the bottom of the list, and I end up near the top of the hour. What do you know about that? Regards to everybody, and I'll try to follow along to 40 meters here a little bit later if I can. Back to you, Dan, and the DX60 net. Thanks again. Have a great day, everybody. N8ZBA to take it, N8JZS.
Alright, George, WB89NW. Got you on the list? Well, I'll tell you what, the transmitter's doing an awesome job. Got you 10 over S9 into Ortonville, Michigan this morning. I know a big move can be hectic, especially when you got a lot of hobbies and accumulated a lot of stuff over the years, but I think you're going to love being a little bit closer to the family. So congratulations with that. And yeah, if you get the opportunity, please join us there on 40 meters. And in about an hour and a half, we'll kick the net off. Right around 72.95 is where we've been fortunate enough to find a frequency. They've been turning it over to us and letting us run the net, and we all been enjoying that. So thanks for being in there this morning. All right, let's pick up WBINW, and then I'll do a call-up for more check-ins for the DX60 net. Good morning, and welcome, my friend.
Okay, very good. NHGBA, WD at INW. Ralph probably be joining us here shortly if he's not already tuned up. Got done with the thumbnet here just a few minutes ago. Anyway, just thought we'd catch you on 40. We'll see what happens. We got chores to do in the morning. Take out the dog, do the dishes from dinner and all that kind of stuff. Like to keep the thumbnet going and check in here if we can. We miss N8ECR. He was a good guy. He used to sneak up behind me in swaps all the time. Anyway, NHGBA, say good morning to everybody. WD at INW, George in Clarkston, Michigan. NO8W. There he is.
All right, NO8W, got you on the list. All right, fine business, George. George, how many check-ins did you guys have on the MTN? Is that pretty active still?
We get a lot of check-ins, but Ralph, you'd probably be better to tell him than I because you kept track. WD at INW.
All right, real good, real good. Yeah, if you get a chance, join us on 40. I know what the household chore situation's like. I got a lot to do here on a daily basis as well. But I appreciate you making time for a little bit of ham radio. NO8W, good morning, Ralph. It's your turn, and then I promise we'll do a call-up for more check-ins.
NHGBA and the DX60 net, NO8W. Let's see how I got everything going here. Looks like we got a decent SWR and power looks okay. We're just running the, good morning there, Dan. You can say that, sure. And just running the AF68 barefoot here. I didn't even let me do a quick, well, okay, there's dipping the blade is right on. And it's only been on for a couple minutes. Got done. We had 9 check-ins on the MTN. It's a little bit down, normally about probably 14 or 15. I think the time change had a lot to do with that this morning. But at any rate, interesting band conditions. And boy, there were some guys at the tail end there that down in Texas, in Sidelands, with a emergency event they run down there. I guess we're going to start to get into that. At any rate, AF68A here, D14, we got the man spot and a double antenna with the XC301 doing the course here. Didn't get a chance to look at the Valiant players out being back to the bowl. What I needed to get done here, so always good to check in and say hello to you there, Dan. Get about maybe another month and a half, and we'll be hoping you there from the Harbor Beach. Thanks for running the net, doing a fine job as you always do, and look forward to talking to you next weekend also. NHGBA.
All right, Mr. Ralph. Yeah, nice turnout. It's good to hear that the MTN's still going strong with the tried and true check-ins. I know I always say it, but it's been years since I've had the opportunity to join you guys. Always a, excuse me, always a great time on that net for sure. I used to check into that and then do what you guys do, slide down here and get into the DX60 net, and Mike would always remember that we did that, and he accommodated us very well. So have a great morning. The Almac rig's doing a fine job, and yeah, blink of an eye and you'll be at the other QTH over there in Harbor Beach. Okay, we're at the bottom of the list, so now it's time to take check-ins for the DX60 net. Please come with your call sign slowly and your first name for my log. Check-ins, call now.
Whiskey Bravo 8, Victor, Quebec Victor. WB8VQV, name is Dave, over.
Alright, I had a real big signal from Dave, WB8VQD. Any other stations, call now. Were there any relays? Okay, welcome Dave to the DX60 net, WB8VQV. It's your turn. And then we'll do another call up. This is NA to ZBA.
Well, thank you, Dan. Good morning to you and everybody in the net. This is WB8VQV, Southeast Ohio, and we're at the bench again. Boy, you're a big signal here, Dan. It's huge. You're easy 40 over on this old 75A4 receiver. And I'm glad to hear you tell me I got a decent signal. I've been working on the DX60. That project's done. It's off the bench, and now we're working on a Johnson Ranger we're restoring. So it's running barefoot. Putting out about 40 watts per turn. I might be hitting the audio just a little bit too hard here, maybe. I'm not sure, but you can give me an audio report if you would, Dan. But that's the project of the day. D105, inverted being about 50 feet at the apex. So back at you, Dan. Thanks for running the net. Thanks for picking me up. ZBA from WB8VQV.
Yeah, Dave, you're booming in here. I think the audio sounds just fine. I don't see a bunch of splatter or anything like that on the outside of your bandwidth, so no issues whatsoever. Appreciate you joining us this morning. And if you get an opportunity, we're going to kick a 40-meter version of the DX60 net off right around 7295 in the AM window. That starts at 10:30 Eastern time, so if you got the capabilities, please join us there as well. We really appreciate it. Thanks for riding along. All right, we're at the bottom of the list once again, so we'll do another call for check-ins. Check-ins for the DX60 net. Call now. Are there any rechecks, comments, or relays? No, nothing heard. And I'll say 73 to everyone. This was one of the shorter DX60 nets on 75 that I've ran in quite some time. But we'll chalk it up to the time change. Hope everyone has a wonderful morning, and like I've said multiple times, if you guys are able to, join us in an hour and a half when we fire up the next net. If the frequency's available and I'm available, we'll do a little bit of a pre-net prior, but we'll see how the AM window's occupied. With that, thank you guys all for joining us this morning here on 75. I had a lot of fun. Stay dry. It's going to be on the warmer side of the temperatures for a little bit. And if we don't catch you on 40, we'll catch you right here back on 75 meter next Sunday. I'm going to turn the frequency back over to normal amateur use. This is November 8 Zulu Bravo Alpha. I'm sorry, I didn't, I had the receiver down. What was that? All right. We'll catch you in a little bit, my man. That ain't good deal.